everybody. Welcome back, boys and girls, my crypto family and friends. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing all right. Remember, if you want to be in the live stream, if you want to know when the live stream is happening, because especially on days like these, sometimes I like to take it easy. And if you want to know when the live stream is going to happen, then I urge you to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Also, remember, guys, just hit the like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm decide whether or not this content is relevant, and also, it makes me feel appreciated. So, double win for one click. Now, what's appreciative, of course, is getting confirmation in the charts so that we know which way we need to be eyeballing. And yeah, there are a few things that I remark in this chart that I want you to be aware of, and of course, yeah, the limits and areas that I want eyes on. So first things first, we are going to talk about this formation here because we see something like this and something like this. So I'm gonna draw your attention to this, and then we're gonna talk about limits and ranges for confirm whether or not to find it. So yeah, sit back, guys. Make sure you have something to drink, like I do, water for now, and I will see you right after intro. So, welcome back. All right, so the first thing that I wanted you to notice, and this is on the hourly, you can see here that there is this bullish divergence formation. And then here again, we have those three swipes down, where on the RSI we have been making three lows that are every time one higher than the other. So potentially this looks like a bullish divergence, and then again, it also does not. It could be treacherous. I think here what we're seeing here was just a formation of the bottom of this first arc down. Like I said, this was bound to happen, but is it over yet? Well, continuation can be confirmed really quickly on this one. And what you're going to do is actually look for the local, I'm sorry, for the local high over this peak, because since the RSI already made a higher high, of course, on the price action, we're still waiting for a higher high to form. And luck will have it that actually this can be this blue line that we have here can still be used for that. So yeah, is it magic? No, it's just technical analysis, and usually these levels do play out quite often. So as long as this area here at 56,450 isn't broken, I would still not be looking too much into this. And then, of course, if it does break, then we're on to the next level, and that would be right over here, because again, we are going to have a higher high forming on the side. So what we're gonna do is we're going to look at the RSI level for this area, and we're going to map out this area, and we can remove the blue line because yeah, you know what, I'm gonna leave it for now, but I think it's going to be an overlapping section. But yeah, nonetheless, let's do the see. So over here we have 58.3. Let's do this. 58.3, and this gives us 56,600. Yeah, it's more or less going to overlapping. Almost not. Is it close enough? You know what? For me, yeah, I think this is close enough. I'm going to remove this line. because if the price moves up anyway, it's going to enter this area, and then the same story, same game starts all over again. Now this area over here, I would like to measure this one out on higher time frames, because again, this will be the next area of resistance, and yeah, seeing if this could cause any problems would already help us to create a short-term strategy, right? So let's go over to the 3-hour chart, see what this looks like. Yeah, on the 3-hour chart, I don't think we're gonna be able to use this quite. 5-hour chart, 5-hour. Hmm. Oh yeah, this is just something that that we could use maybe on the. Let's see where it leads. Let's see where it takes. Get 60 points. Let's go with 60, just around, or does not. Yeah, nothing. Okay, so fair enough. We're going here. So for the short term, basically, this is the area that we want to see get broken in order for this formation to continue up. Of course, there are going to be bounces along the way. It's not going to keep on going forever. That's for sure. Potentially, I would be looking at the resistance areas over here at 60,500 and over here at 63,000. Mm, so we got this one, and now let's look at the downside. Let's try to map this thing out. For this, I will be using the power chart. Um, so on the low end, this gives us the 17.7. This brings us down to 42,700. This is quite a quite a range. Well, got 76.9. This gives us so basically this does. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, are go something like this. Just preliminary. Afterwards, we're gonna try to clean this chart up as possible. But yeah, for now, this is what I'm going to put here. No, it doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't thing. The first thing comes here And that's actually the first thing that needs to happen. On the short term, we need to see this area get broken. If it breaks, as soon as it breaks, there is going to be at least a pullback. And if it breaks on the pullback, this would be your opportunity to be looking for a long position. That's uh, that's what I would be looking for right now. Okay. Um, Things could still break for the worse and potentially actually entering this red zone. This is where we're going to have to look for potential areas of support and resistance. And there is this big node over here. So the red area could also still have a potential large spread area for support and resistance. But yeah, I would, me personally, for now, I'm still just waiting for either one of these targets to be met, and as soon as the blue box gets broken above, I will be waiting for the rebound, the retest, to start entering long positions again. And once it's breaking down, then I would wait for the reaction again and then restart this whole analysis and make a decision whether I'm going to start longing again or shorting again. So for me, basically, this thing still hasn't been played out. Probably you could be trying to make some money on playing the ranges. As long as we are within the range and you're close to the bottom of the last low, you can easily risk manage it, but there is going to be more risk involved because we don't know exactly yet whether this thing is going to recover to the upside or whether it's going to keep going down. Especially because on the 3-hour chart, there is no bullish divergence present. There is nothing present, and even worse, to make things worse, already right here, there is potential for a bearish divergence if this high is not broken and if a candle does not close above this high. And the further we go actually up the time frames, the more these things start to become obvious. So for me personally, this is still just a waiting area. Maybe we can use the Fibonacci retracement tool, and this is going to help us also determine a few more things. Um, for example, um, yeah, let's move this more over here. Here. Upside. All right. So further down, breaking further down, if we put in a little bit of history, we do see over here between the 1 and the 1.618, smack in the middle is this huge volume node. So potentially this could signal, this could be a good area to be looking for support if we continue on our merry way down. On the way up, invert this thing and yep, we go. We got the 0.382 sitting right on the edge of the blue box. So this area could potentially be a next area of resistance. We have the 618 that could be opening up just above the area of this volume node over here. So this reaching this far could already be potentially a good sign But honestly, I don't think I'm going to rely on the Fibonacci lines, just because it's much more easy and much more obvious looking at it this way. Um, Blue box, this is your confirmation breaking further up to the upside. I would be waiting for the retest of the low, then start entering positions. And then if things do go south, then at the very least, I'm pretty sure that one of these areas is going to be a rebound area. Would I be looking for a long position there? Actually, no. Basically, I would be waiting. I would be more patient and just wait and see what the RSI is going to look at the moment of this bounce. Um, if we break further down, there is going to be a rejection and a retest to the low end. And then basically we can just restart the game that we have been playing right here. Hey, Saint Elmo, how are you doing? Yeah, it's it's why be very stressed up. This is just the same thing that has been happening here. It's a correction. It's a correction, and you know, sometimes it's better not to break to enter too early, because these things can sometimes have nasty moves in both ways. It's a lot easier to wait for the bigger opportunity, the confirmation that this thing really goes, just like here, and then have this entire ride up and be completely stress free. Um, cool. Cool. Um, but yeah, all things considered, there are some positive notes to warm the hearts for the Bears, for the Bulls. We do have a potential bullish divergence setting up, and it's visible on the higher time frames. All it takes is just being confirmed, and once it is confirmed, then you will see that a much larger move will be at hand than just trying to play those small ranges. And same thing goes for the downside. If things decide to revert and we are going to see continuation to the downside, then still big moves ahead of us. And I think right now is a good moment to just take a little bit of a break and relax, get a little bit stress free, and yeah, pretty sure massive gains are going to come our ways very soon again. Cool. So let's look at the dominance chart, because the dominance chart, it just keeps crapping down. Um, there seemed to be a building up of bullish divergences, but like I said, I'm still on the bubble whether to use the chart, the dominance chart like this. It would make sense that it should work, but yeah, we're gonna have to wait it out. What we do see here is over here, same thing. We do have the three stabs of bullish divergence. We have the push up without making any negative or bearish divergences. So potentially this ride down here could be picked up and we could see Bitcoin shine once again. So looking at the dominance, especially the short-term chart, this thing looks like it could signal a bottom. So looking back at the Bitcoin chart, this could have very positive repercussions. But me personally, I would still wait and see whether, what is it, 57,600, 57,700 would get broken. And then once this happens, I would start looking for an entry in a position. Cool. So yeah, what next? The dollar. Let's look at the dollar. Dollar, look, it has been doing that same kind of thing, but what do we see on the short term? Those are all lower lows with lower lows on the price action. Right here already has been stopped in its wake, making almost a bearish divergence. And here on the way up, it doesn't take a genius to see that if the price moves a little bit higher, it's going to be a way higher high on the RSI. So I think the dollar is looking at a little bit more of a pullback or a correction, maybe some sideways. Not looking really good. So let's have a look at the E-mini futures, because usually those two are inversely correlated. And what do we see right now? Not a lot. Not a lot. Same story. Three three lower lows on the price action. Maybe this could be bought up, but same thing for the same token, we could see this thing break down even further to the next level at about 4075. Yeah, it's a difficult week for the markets. But yeah, this is the life of a trader. Sometimes you also need to know when not to touch it. I think this also is a show of strength. So cool. Um, hey, thank you, Saint Elmo, for remembering to hit the like. Love it, love it. It really warms my heart. Thank you very much, my friend. But yeah, I think this is more or less it for the Bitcoin chart for now. Waiting for the blue box to be broken. If not, we have this entire red zone of potential bullish divergence still, where price could very easily be picked up, especially looking at the volume chart. There are a few areas that could work for that. But this red line over here, this one, I would keep an eye on it, because making a lower low is already going to show a change of momentum. So this is an area over here, 51,320, hasn't changed. If we do see a closing of the candle below this, then I would suspect that the next bounce up would just be your next lower high. And potentially I might be more on the fence than start looking for a short position, because we do have a very clear change of momentum. And yeah, so that means more pressure to the downside usually. And then of course we have 45,000. Basically going to grab this and pull this even lower. And what do we see? More or less this lines up with the edge of the red box. So yeah, breaking outside of this red box, obviously this is doom and calamity. You might even consider taking putting a conditional short when if the price really were to break down below this area. Then God knows how far this go, but it's not gonna be pretty. Of course, I don't think this is going to happen, because yeah, we're talking about a huge risk. Don't forget this. But just to be prepared, a good Boy Scout is always prepared. But yeah, I think this is it. This is as easy as they come. Blue box area gives us a little more hope to the upside, and the red box area with the first red line. This is, you know what, I'm going to remove this red line. We really don't need it. first red line at 51,320. Whatever bounce up happens then, I would be leaning much more towards continuing to the downside. But there we go. I hope you guys found this satisfying. I'm going to wrap up the video and thank you very much for watching. Once again, you guys are amazing. 3 live viewers and 3 likes. This is awesome. 5 people in the playback. So playback people, you know, hit those like buttons too. Thank you very much. And then also, you know, whoever has been tuning in later, don't worry, you can watch the replay videos and whenever you want. This especially this content like this is not time sensitive, but same thing. Don't forget to hit those likes. Cool. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel, same chart, of course. And let's see what the price gods have in store for us. Thank you very much.